Hi, Anna. How are you?
I'm good, Yuri. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for joining me. I'd love to learn about your practice. Can you share an overview of the clients that you see and the work that you do?
Sure. So I'm a psychotherapist here in Manhattan. I work with a lot of millennials, a lot of young professionals, and some mid level professionals in their 40s, pretty established people. I also work with teenagers and couples. Within that population, I work with a lot of people with depression and mood disorders, a lot of anxiety. Another subspecialty is eating disorders. So that can also go under, disordered eating or body dysmorphia, difficult relationships with their body. And then also I work with people with a lot of just life transitions, relationship issues, stressors. So that's the overview of, who I work with.
And I understand you take a very unique approach to therapy. Can you share a bit about that?
Sure. So I did postgraduate training in Gestalt psychotherapy. So Gestalt means whole. So the way we look at a person is that, a person is a whole, but in our minds we kind of split ourselves up in pieces. Like, oh, I'm a happy person, or I'm not an angry person. So in this approach, we look at all the different ways that we kind of split ourselves off and disown parts of ourselves. So that might mean, um, or I guess I could say that could show up as depression or anxiety and not be in someone's awareness of what's really happening for them. They're just like, oh, I'm just not feeling myself anymore. So I work a lot with the body because the body houses a lot of the emotions within the mind, but especially as New Yorkers, we walk around, we're very intellectual, we're very fast moving, next, we want to be productive. So we're not in touch with our bodies. So I like to slow people down and reconnect them with what is happening, because that essentially also brings them into the present to start to feel what is happening in the body. And from there, we start to unfold and reveal what's happening in the mind, what's happening, what their experience is. And it's from the awareness that we can then start to make changes and decisions about our lives. Now, the other piece is that I'm a certified Iyengar yoga teacher. So I do teach yoga, which is separate from my therapy practice, but it does inform the way I work with people because I look at breath patterns, I look at posture, I look at where people support themselves in their body, where they're maybe collapsed. So I really look at the whole body, the whole person, and take that in when I work with people.
Anna, do you have a message for clients who are considering starting therapy generally or starting therapy with you?
Yeah, I think that people often feel like they need to know what to say or what to do. And I think it takes a lot of courage to just take that first step and say, I need some help. And you don't even have to know why. You don't even have to know what's going on. I always say, I'm glad you reached out. Just come in and let's see if we're a good fit. And from there, from that first meeting, we can kind of unfold what's going on for a person. So you don't have to know anything in advance. You don't have to figure anything out. It's just taking that first step.
Thank you so much, Anna. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Yuri. It's nice speaking with you.